Welcome back to Loving Living Local on your last day of 2024. Hey, the Adaman Club is working their way up the summit at Pikes Peak. This will be the 102nd time, right, Reverend?
Correct.
Okay,
103rd.
103rd,
yeah.
okay. Done this, they're going to set off fireworks to ring in the new year. Reverend Dave Hunting is a member, number 87. You have actually climbed to the summit 18 times. Of course, today you're cheering on your club mates from our studio. Thank you for being here with us today.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. It's exciting. We're getting ready to ring in 2025. I saw New Zealand's already in 2025. Okay, so you've actually made this climb with Adaman's Club 18 times. Tell us about this experience from your perspective.
You know, it's a great tradition that we have here in the Pikes Peak area. Began in 1922 when 5 people, including Fred Barr, who built Bar Trail up to the top of Pikes Peak, decided to do something a little bit different for New Year's. So they climbed up and shot fireworks off from the summit of America's Mountain. Every year since then, now for over 100 years, people have climbed to the top of Pikes Peak and shot off fireworks to welcome in a new year.
And you can see the fireworks tonight at 9 p.m. again at midnight. Is that right?
Correct. At 9 p.m. we shoot off 5 in memory of who we affectionately call the Frozen 5.
Okay.
And then at midnight tonight we'll shoot off about 60 fireworks. At 11 o'clock this afternoon, though, if you look towards Pikes Peak, they'll be above tree line, and they carry mirrors in their backpacks.
Okay, I saw you had this mirror here with you.
And so what you need to do is go outside around noon today, and you will see them flashing their mirrors back down towards the Pikes Peak area.
Oh, very cool.
And then from our perspective up at that altitude, we can see people flashing mirrors back up at us from Monument all the way to Security Wide Field.
Oh, you're kidding. So it's a good way to interact with those who are climbing up without actually having to be up there in the cold. What does this tradition mean to you personally?
You know, it's a great group of people that hike up there. There's camaraderie, good friendships. A lot of times we haven't seen these people for a year since the last time we hiked up. But it's a way of just letting people know on America's Mountain that we greet each new year with some great fireworks. There's nothing better than shooting off high explosives at 14,000 feet.
Note that down. Hey, the club members, they're already on their way to the summit right now. Could you kind of guess as to where they are as an 18-timer?
You know, they're on their way up to A-frame, which is at about 12,000 feet, and that's when they'll stop, take out their mirrors, and flash down towards this area. This is a very special hike for us this year. We actually, for the first time in the club's history, have inducted 2 people in. One was a young man named Lance Stark, who very tragically died in an automobile accident this year. He was en route to become a member of the club. So this year, to remember him fondly and with great love and affection, we've inducted not only Luke posthumously, but also his sister, Rachel, who is now leading the group up. She's at the front of the line and taking all the rest of them to the summit this afternoon.
So a very special
very much so.
Climb this year. Okay. What conditions are they facing up?
It'll be cold.
Yes, well, I was telling you, like, it's cold in the studio. I know it's got to be cold out there, too.
No, this is a spring day in May compared to what they're doing.
Day in May, okay.
Right. So they, you know, the conditions vary from year to year. I think the worst year I ever climbed, we had sustained winds of 95 miles an hour with gusts to 105.
You know, we were having those high winds down here in the Springs yesterday that caused some problems. I was curious if they were up the side of the mountain.
Yeah, they're probably just coming out of tree line right now. So it'll be a challenge. It always is.
Oh yeah. So tell us, why is this climb so significant to the Southern Colorado community?
We always just like to let the new year come in to everybody in the Pikes Peak area. It's a tradition, as I mentioned. We have a very special place to visit if you can't climb up that high. It's Adaman Alley down on Tejon.
Okay.
The city of Colorado Springs very generously gave us an alleyway to dedicate to the club. So there you'll find pictures and wonderful LED
I've seen that before.
Right. It's great.
That's
awesome. It's always worth visiting.
Okay. Well, Reverend David Huntington, thank you so much for being here. Excited to see those fireworks tonight. The 5 at 9 o'clock. That'd be great for the kids who need to get to bed. And then, of course, the additional, you said 60 at midnight? Okay. And then, of course, at about 10, 11 today, look up to Pikes Peak, see if you can see those mirrors flashing down as those climbers make it up. Okay, wishing you guys a safe trip up and a swift trip down, because you were telling me it's going to be cold.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You can visit adaman.org for more information on this club.